Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
League One Volleyball is coming to Minnesota in 2027. The world's best players together on American soil. This is volleyball like you've never seen before. Huge swings, massive blocks, jaw-dropping digs. A sport where every play is a highlight. To learn more and get first access, visit lovbminnesota.com/iHeart.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Attack the Baseline, a WNBA podcast where every episode we attack our baseline knowledge of the WNBA. We're your hosts, John and Kristen Barber, and today we're here to ring in the new year with our 2026 WNBA bingo board. We made one of these last year. If you didn't have the chance to listen to that episode, you can go back and hear what the idea is, but it'll be pretty self-explanatory. We've got 25 things that we think could happen, should happen throughout the year, and hopefully we can check off the boxes 5 in a row to get a bingo, maybe multiple bingos, or we do as we did last year and we don't hit a bingo and we kind of feel sad about it. But hoping, fingers crossed, that this year is the year that we get to see that, and I'm excited to get into all of it. But before we do, Kristen, how are ya?
I'm good. I am loving this break. We had a great holiday season all last week.
That's right.
Seeing a lot of our family members. Got a lot of good stuff. I didn't say last time, for my birthday, which was a week before Christmas, John got me some Sabrina 3s, a light blue with the gold Nike swoosh. So they're beautiful.
A great shoe. You can't wear them now because of the weather, but
yeah, I don't really know when to wear them.
I think it's more of a summer shoe, spring summer shoe.
Just like out anytime.
Yeah, I think you could. I mean, we don't hoop often, so you're not just going to save them for when you're hooping. But you could definitely wear them to a game. You could bring them down to Miami when we go there for Unrivaled.
I should.
Good ideas. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you got to break them in. Mm-hmm. And when we eventually do hoop the next time we hoop, then you should be wearing them.
Okay. I didn't know if they're like you really play in these shoes or they're just like...
I mean, that's what they're designed to do.
I know. But they're so pretty. I don't want to scuff them up.
I agree. They are quite nice. And they exceeded expectations after I purchased them. I was like, oh my goodness, these are really nice. And I can understand why so many players in both leagues are wearing Sabrina's shoes, because they look great and clearly they play great if all these players are willing to wear them all the time. So shout out to Sabrina for Kristen's first pair of basketball shoes. Love that. Anyway, if you'd like to send us an email and let us know about any cool basketball related gifts that you got for the holiday season, you can do so at our email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com. Connect with us on Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok at ATBPod. I'm hoping to do some card opening videos. I got a couple boxes of the new WNBA Donruss product that I cannot wait to rip. But I feel like I should just record something so that you can see if I get any crazy hits. So look forward to that, probably on TikTok, maybe on the YouTube, which you can subscribe to as well. Leave us a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform it is that you listen to the show. Tell your friends and family. And get ready for Unrivaled, because this time next week, there will have been games played. Season 2 will be underway, and we'll be in the action 4 nights a week. So I'm stoked for some live action. So looking forward to getting into that. And that'll be our normal weekly schedule probably for the next couple months because we're still in CBA negotiation. But before we have to wait and wait and wait, let's predict what we think is going down in 2026. Okay, Kristen, we've got 25 things that are going to make up our bingo board. Mm-hmm. If you're unfamiliar with bingo, go look up the rules of bingo, look up a board, Now, we're going to start with the free space, dead center, and then we're going to go back and forth. And Kristen's going to randomize our list at the end of this, and we'll print out a bingo board that will be our bingo board that will be displayed prominently on our refrigerator at home. And you could make your own. You could randomize it yourself if you'd like to and have one on your refrigerator. And then we can all see who hits bingo. Send us a picture if you hit bingo. Mm-hmm. But let's get into it. 25 things. Starting with the free space. And it took us a while to think about this because last year it was Paige going to Dallas. Very easy. We knew this at this point last year. She was going to go number one. We have an idea who's going to go number one, but things could still change with this draft. So we're not going to do a draft one. Plain and simple. The free space this year is there is a WNBA season in 2026. Mm-hmm. Shocking to say that that's a free space, but it's not a guarantee.
Yeah, shocking that this could not happen.
Uh-huh.
But it could not happen, but it should.
It should. For the sake of the league, for the sake of the players, for the sake of the freaking owners, for the sake of our podcast, there better be a league. There better be a season this year. So we're saying that the season happens. We don't know when it's going to start because there is not a CBA agreed on.
Could be much shorter than this past year. We're not saying they're playing 44 games.
Correct.
They'll play at least one.
At least one game will be played
under the WNBA league name.
And, this doesn't mean that there's not going to be a strike, that there's not going to be some sort of upheaval, but just count on a season this year. Check it. Free space.
Okay. Well, we can't check it yet.
No, we can't check it yet. Once there's an agreed CBA, then we'll check it.
Okay, so now we can really get into it. John and I both have a list. We kind of came up with these together. Last year, we really did it separate. We came with our own predictions. But this year, we kind of came up with it together. So
together and with with some recommendations from some friends of the pod. So if you got your idea in there, thank you for helping us contribute to the bingo board.
Yes. Okay. We mentioned the draft. So while this is not going to be the free space, one of our predictions is that Awa Fam will be drafted number one overall.
Right. And we feel like that is pretty close given that Dallas won the lottery. We expect the big to be selected there. We already don't expect it to be Lauren Betts because of how her college season has been going and the way that Awa has been talked about. Just in basketball, all of basketball in general, feels like a really good fit for Dallas to make that selection. So we're including that shot at who we think is going to be first overall in the board again this year. Feels pretty right.
Yeah. I mean, lots of people want and think it may be AZ Fudd. I don't think that makes a lot of sense unless Dallas is planning on making a lot of trades by the trade deadline, which when's that? The draft, well, they could push the draft too.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows when any of this is happening. But it just makes a lot more sense for Dallas to pick a big.
As constructed.
So, Awa Fam.
Welcome to the squad. Okay. Here's one of my favorite ones on the entire list is the first one that I'm going to bring here. Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray. Friends on TikTok, friends in Atlanta.
Best friends.
Besties. Often doing food reviews. We have a prediction that the two of them do a collaboration with Frito-Lay, a chip-based collab.
And I did not feel so strongly that it had to be Frito-Lay. but John is very confident of this.
I just feel like the odds of a specialty Dorito or something, some kind of chip. We already know Alicia Gray's girl dinner, chips. So it's got to be It's got to be chips. They don't like the sodas. They never like the sodas.
They never like anything.
They're always trying candies and sodas and chips. Mm-hmm. Chips feels the most likely of the three things for them to get a collaboration deal. And now this would have to be like a branded product for it to count. It's not just like, oh, Frito-Lay had us try their chips.
No.
That doesn't count. Because they do that anyway.
Yeah.
Gotta be like they're in a commercial. Like that would count.
That's pushing it.
But that would count as a collab. I'm counting that as collab.
Okay.
So collab with Frito-Lay for Leash and Rye.
Okay. I will continue this number one draft pick storyline. Mm-hmm. And I will say for the next one that the number one draft pick this year may or may not be Alva Fam. We're not locking ourselves into that for this one. Mm-hmm. That they will not win the Rookie of the Year. Yes. Now, this has been the case in many previous drafts. Mm-hmm. Generally, you'd think that would be the case. But there are so many good, talented women at the top of this draft this year.
Right.
So it would not surprise me at all if the number one pick doesn't win Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There is even a realm where Alva doesn't come over. Mm-hmm. Like, highly unlikely. The same thing we saw with Dominique last year. Dominique came over at the second overall pick. But it speaks to the fact that AZ Fudd, Olivia Miles, Lauren Betts, all these cream of the crop players. Like, this is a loaded draft in the top 5 that it's impossible to say the way that Paige or Caitlin won Rookie of the Year, where it seemed like an inevitability. This does not feel like an inevitability. So this makes it a little more fun that it could be somebody else.
Yeah.
Next one on the list, next prediction. Last year we had Leonie Phoebish making her first All-Star game. Now it's not going to be specifically Leonie Phoebish this year, but Kristen and I...
We didn't hit.
Correct. We did not hit that. Kristen and I are going to discuss who will be a first-time All-Star, which one player we're going to choose as a first-time All-Star, and I will posit 2 names to you and why I believe that it would make sense for that to happen. 1, Shakira Austin. 2, Leah Rue. And the reason I'm choosing both of these players is because I believe there's a decent likelihood in both cases that they end up on expansion teams. And I think that they would be selected high in the expansion draft. So that means that they would be sort of a focal point on a new team. And when you have that attention, it's easy for the Kayla Thornton effect to happen and become a first-time All-Star. So that's why I'm choosing those 2. Now, who do you think?
I only had one name in mind. I am positing Rakia Jackson is an All-Star.
She hasn't been an All-Star, has she?
She's
I thought
not
she
been an
was
All-Star.
last year. That's why I didn't think that. She was not an All-Star. Even though she feels like she was an All-Star, she was not an All-Star.
Yes, because she was in the top 20 of point scorers last year. She's been growing each year she's been in the league. Mm-hmm. She now has a great point guard on her team to feed her the ball.
You'd expect.
I'd expect Kelsey Plum to return. Mm-hmm. So I think she continues to grow, and I think people are voting for her to be an All-Star.
I think that's a good name. And I think like it being her or Cam feels like a good shout because they're under contract in LA. Mm-hmm. You presume KP is going to be there. I think there's a decent chance that De'Erica doesn't come back there. So there's going to be a bit of a scoring void that somebody can fill. And Rakia is a multi-talented player. So I think I'll go with your name. I like that better than both of mine, just based on her overall ability. But give me just a little bit on how you feel about my 2 names. Do you feel like there's a chance?
I feel good. I definitely think Shakira could for sure be an All-Star
if she's healthy.
She is very good at scoring, and I agree that it's very likely she gets on an expansion team and has a lot of room to shine. So definitely, I don't know as much about Lee, but yeah, for sure, Shakira.
And and I'll say the reason I said Lee is because Lee's getting to play on Unrivaled this year. If she can develop another skill, and then like if she improves her shooting, then I could see the world where she gets the nod, especially if I see her ending up in Toronto or Portland and being like the starting center for one of those teams. So we'll go with Rakia. Rakia, first-time All-Star, write it down. And if it's Shakira or if it's Lee, then that's just bonus points, I guess.
Sure.
All right, everyone, let's talk about drinking and driving, a decision that will change your whole world. Things will never be the same once you get a DUI because legal fees, time in court are just the beginning. Getting into a crash is another way your world could be irreversibly changed after drinking and driving. Your vehicle may not be the only thing that gets damaged in that crash. You could face a life-altering injury or even death. But you're not the only one who could face those consequences. Your decision to drink and drive could permanently change someone else's world, whether you injure them or leave their loved ones grieving. The next time you're out drinking, call a rideshare, a taxi, a sober friend, or a designated sober driver. Always plan for a safe ride home. The only decision that will change your world for the better is the decision to call for a sober ride. It's never worth it to drive drunk. Don't risk it. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
Okay, back to you.
Okay, my next one is that both expansion teams, the Tempo and the Fire, will miss the playoffs this year.
Yes.
Last year, we predicted the Valkyries make the playoffs. That happened. I don't feel as strongly about these two teams coming in, especially that it's two at one time.
Right.
You're diluting the players you're picking from.
Yeah, I think that the league is going to be bigger. We don't know if they're going to change the way that they do the playoffs. We assume it's still going to be 8. So now it's going from 13 to 15. Only 8 teams get in. Like that, it's already harder to make the playoffs. So, and like you said, diluted pools of players that they're going to be selecting from across the league. Obviously, the talent is there for them to select good teams. You saw in the exercise that we did just last week that there's the ability to select good teams, but how those players play together remains to be seen. And I think that I agree. I honestly can't believe that we hit the Valkyries one last year because it didn't, like, especially after the KT injury. We're like, oh, no, there's no way. That was like a silly one.
They finished 8th. It was close to not happening.
But they felt like a strong 8. It wasn't like a fluky 8.
Yes.
So in this case, we need both of these things to happen. And yeah, unfortunately for Portland and Toronto, I don't feel as highly of this, their first season luck, which might be what they want. Who knows? Okay. My next one on my list is pretty simple. A player on their rookie contract is traded. So anytime throughout the year, one of the players currently under contract, so this obviously excludes the 123 free agents that are going to make up this wild free agency pool, will get traded. Who's that going to be? Kristen already suggested maybe Dallas is going to be looking to make some trades. Maybe Dallas has a bunch of guards that they want to try to move off of. JJ Quinterly, Isaiah James, who knows? Would it be shocking to see a crazy rookie trade from like these multi-talented, like Angel? Could Angel be traded? Who knows? We've talked about that as a possibility. So I think those are already going to be the best contracts in the league because they're going to be scaled up to whatever the new value is for the contracts, but they're still going to be cheap. And we know there's so many talented rookies that to be able to trade for one of those rookie contracts will probably take decent draft capital. So I think it would be pretty interesting if any of them got moved. Now, could be a throw-in rookie. Who knows? But I think it just makes sense to think that that is going to be one of the things that happens this season.
Yeah, because we want something to do with trades. We love a trade.
Love a trade.
But that's just incredibly hard to think about right now. But when you think about these contracts, these rookie contracts, like these are incredibly valuable contracts.
Right.
Because they are locked low right now.
And multi-year.
Right.
In most cases.
So a team would want to keep these players, you know, you would think. But you're right. There's a lot of potential that people move around. Like all these free agents that are going to be signing contracts, essentially everyone not on their rookie contract is probably not going to be traded in the middle of the year.
I mean, unless they're like, it proves that it was a terrible decision by the front office, and they're like, oh, we gotta get rid of this.
Or you try to do a sign and trade, but like one big name for rookies.
Yeah,
you know, it just doesn't seem like a lot of other players will be traded.
Right. I realize now that I probably should have considered trades during the expansion draft, which could happen, especially when there's multiple teams taking place. There could be like trade protections. Like if, for example, Washington trades a pick to like add an extra protection to a player on a rookie contract. Like, I don't know if I should count that as a trade or not, because it's not like the player's being exchanged, but there's also a trade that involves them.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Correct.
Okay, my next one is that the max contract that is decided upon in this CBA will be more than $2 million.
Kristen was quite high on this number. She was thinking 2.5. She was thinking even 3. And I said, we gotta turn it down at least a little bit. Which is not to say that like through the life of the CBA, it's going to be 2 million. But the first one this year, north of 2 million, it's a good place to start. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, I want it to be more than that. But currently we hear 1.5 as being talked about. So I hope that it gets to be over 2.
Yeah, just pretty simple. They get more money than they're currently saying when they finally agree on a number.
Yeah.
So easy number to check. Next one for me is about Audie Crooks. Audie Crooks, the stellar college basketball player, currently number 2 in the rankings for Player of the Year, wins Player of the Year. So we have Audie Crooks taking the title of Player of the Year in college women's basketball away from Sarah Strong, who's currently in pole position there. But Audie is leading college in scoring. Her team is undefeated. So I think there's a very decent shot that she comes away with this title. And I think that would be sick because she has been downright dominant in the college game. So is a fun one to root for. Audie Crooks, I would say I really like this one.
I'm skeptical of this, being just such a huge Sarah Strong fan, seeing how dominant UConn will probably be for the rest of the season. That is just generally part of how they pick a Player of the Year, you know, the top teams.
Right.
And Audie Crooks not being on a top team may contribute to that. So this was John's contribution. I'm not sure it will hit. Oh, I mostly want it. I would be okay if we said that Audie Crooks leads the league in scoring.
But
I
she's
don't know if
already
she's
so
gonna
far
win.
ahead in that. So I'm like, I don't expect her to fall on that. I need to increase the level of expectations that I feel for Audie. So
Sure.
let's see if she can pull out that trophy.
Okay.
Keep your team undefeated, and who the heck knows?
That's true. Okay. I will go to the Stud Buds. We believe that they both will return to the Lynx.
Right.
It is impossible, really, to pick a lot of the other free agents, as there's so many. But we really feel the Stud Buds, they have such a connection in Minnesota, and they represented the Lynx at the draft lottery,
That was the key.
which is very interesting. And I very strongly believe that they would want to stay and that their team would want them to stay.
Yes. And that they would mutually want to stay together, especially for their brand. So even if it's 1-year contracts, I think it makes sense for them to at least play together in Minnesota 1 more year. So they're going to both return. Fingers crossed. Next for me, pretty straightforward one. Sabrina Ionescu in New York averages 20 points per game. Now, in her career, she averages 16.7 points per game. Last year, she averaged 18.2. And that was her career high. Well, actually, in 2020, she averaged 18.3 points, but she has not been north of 19, let alone 20. For this one to hit, I think it's going to be based around the idea that one of their top tier scorers doesn't return to the team, be it Jonquel Jones, be it Natasha Cloud, who knows? But I think that taking out one of your major scorers and seeing a scoring leap from Sab is kind of a necessary trajectory that she needs to take to up her game. She needs to be a more efficient scorer to help New York get back to the promised land. And I don't foresee Stewie leaving, so there's not going to be such a void of scoring, but I really do feel like Jonquel's not going to be there next year. So there's going to be a call for Sab to answer, and I think getting her over 20 points is a good goal for her and a good thing to put on this bingo board.
Okay, we can stay in the realm of stats. We also believe the next one is that Kiki Iriafen will average a double-double next year.
Yes.
This past year, she averaged 13 points, 8 rebounds. So she can stay consistent with scoring, although she probably will increase that. And she will, increase rebounds by 2 per game. And as we said, Shakira Austin may leave the team. So that would create a big hole for Kiki to fill. And I think she will just get better in this next season.
Yeah.
So I think that's perfectly reasonable, and I'd love to see it.
Yeah. This is, for me, this is just Kiki continuing to grow her game and just proving to be one of the best post players in the league. And that's going to be from, not only the offensive side, but also the rebounding side as well. So a little fun one for Kiki, who I think is one of already the best young players in the league as a whole. Moving back to the college game, I already kind of mentioned it, but a simple one here. One college team finishes the season undefeated. No losses, minus a tournament. We're not counting the tournament because the tournament, weird things happen. But did not happen last season in college basketball. Even though my brain told me that UConn just did it, but they lost a couple games. There are currently 12 teams as we're recording this that are undefeated out of, I believe it's 5 different conferences. So obviously when those players play, or when those teams play against each other, one will have to lose. So at most there could be 5 undefeated teams at this rate come the end of the season, but there's still a lot of season to go. But I just kind of feel like based on the trajectories of some of these players, I would not be shocked if one team ends up going undefeated leading into the tournament. So regular season undefeated for one of these college teams, book it.
Okay. Next, I will say that we believe, barring a healthy season, Caitlin Clark will this year average 10 assists per game.
Callback.
We had this on our board last year. It's the only one that we're carrying over to this year because it just seemed inevitable. And then she gets hurt and doesn't play. And no one thus far has averaged 10 assists per game.
In a season. Yeah.
In a season in the W. So assuming Kelsey Mitchell is still there, Aaliyah Boston is still going to be there, their relationship continues to strengthen with Caitlin. I think give Caitlin 10 assists per game.
Yeah. She's playing golf, so she's healthy. So she should be, she's practicing with the Olympic team. So she's back in court exercise. So once she's on there and she's healthy, I feel like it's just a matter of time before she hits that number. So let's try it again.
All right, everyone, let's talk about drinking and driving, a decision that will change your whole world. Things will never be the same once you get a DUI because legal fees, time in court are just the beginning. Getting into a crash is another way your world could be irreversibly changed after drinking and driving. Your vehicle may not be the only thing that gets damaged in that crash. You could face a life-altering injury or even death. But you're not the only one who could face those consequences. Your decision to drink and drive could permanently change someone else's world, whether you injure them or leave their loved ones grieving. The next time you're out drinking, call a rideshare, a taxi, a sober friend, or a designated sober driver. Always plan for a safe ride home. The only decision that will change your world for the better is the decision to call for a sober ride. It's never worth it to drive drunk. Don't risk it. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
My next prediction is another dunk prediction. We had one last year. One player dunks. One dunk. We had it just said one dunk. And BG did it in Unrivaled, and we counted it. No dunks in the regular season. This year, Dominique Malunga, specifically, dunks. Be it in Unrivaled, be it in the regular season. We have seen her in practice dunking off of lobs from Paige.
Many a time.
The Paige Dominique two woman game feels like it's going to bring a dunk or two or five to Unrivaled first. I think we're going to see that very soon. Also, we just talked about Kiki. Kiki can apparently dunk. Just saw that in a video today.
Don't act surprised.
No, I mean, she was like, had to stretch real quick, do it. She was like, sandbagging a little bit.
Yeah, Dominique's was like in a play. They were playing and she did it. Kiki like wound herself up and just did it from standing still.
Yes, but Dominique, it feels like she's talked about it. She's talked about wanting to do it. She's going to do it, and hopefully it's on Rakia.
Okay.
Well, remember, that's what Rakia was afraid of, that Dominique was going to dunk on her.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's do it. Let's get it done.
Okay.
And she can't, even though she can't on the breeze because they're teammates. It would have to be in the league. She should do it in practice. All I'm saying, they should do it in practice.
Okay, great. My next one, as we're talking about Unrivaled, we are going to pick the Unrivaled champion.
Yes.
We have to discuss. John.
Well, we're both going to pick one, unless we pick the same name.
If that's true.
I am backing, even though I was a diehard Owls fan, I got to see it to believe it this season. So I'm not picking the Owls to win. I'm going to have the Rose repeat.
Okay. I considered that. But for a fun factor, I will pick the Mist to win.
Okay.
I would have picked the Phantom.
Yes. But
Satu, unfortunately, will not be playing who knows for how long. I think the Mist are very equipped to win.
A lot of people don't agree.
I don't
I've seen a lot of lists where they're near the bottom.
That's shocking to me.
I was quite high on the Mist.
That happened with the Rose last year.
Yeah, only Candace Parker was the one that was saying the Rose are going to win the whole thing, and then they did. I'm sure there were Rose fans out there that were also saying that, but I remember Candace being very vocal, like the first weekend of the season, saying, I think it's going to be Rose, and it was. I think that the continuity that the Rose has is going to help them get it going at the start of the season, and you just got to string some wins together and know how to play together. Chelsea Gray, I trust her with running a basketball team, so that's why I'm expecting that. I would love it if the Mist won. Personally, I feel like I'm seeing the Mist more than any other team as far as content is concerned. I see Alicia and Veronica Burton all the time.
Yeah.
On my feed.
I mean, them too, like literally just played together on 3-on-3 and won.
Yep. They got some chemistry already.
They are incredible.
Yep.
Alana Smith, don't mess with her.
Yep. Big Lan.
Is how well is Stewie going to play? That's really the question.
Yeah. That's the big.
But she had a surgery recently. She should be good now.
Should be.
So.
Do you want it, Stu?
I think she wants it.
Let's see.
She had just come off the New York win. It was like she didn't need it.
Correct.
But now
she definitely needs to reassert herself.
Yes, I agree.
After last year. So let's see it.
Okay. So Mist
or Rose.
Rose
win
Unrivaled.
Yes. Okay. Next for me, we're talking about DoorDash or whatever promo you want to call it. Last year in the WNBA, there was a promo when a player scores 40 points that people would get a DoorDash, 50% off DoorDash or something like that. I don't know. It never happened, so I don't even remember what the promo.
It did happen.
It barely happened. So
happened one time.
Happened one time. So I don't even remember what the promo exactly was. I think it was 50% off your order.
We didn't redeem.
We didn't redeem because it happened at a random point in time we had already eaten dinner. I don't know.
Okay.
But this year, I'm thinking multiple DoorDashes, multiple 40-point games occur.
At least two.
Okay. In the regular season of the W.
They got very close.
Just score, gang. You can do it. Just score. 40 pieces. Let's get it. More DoorDash.
Okay. Love it. My next one, we'll pick another champion here. We'll go to Athletes Unlimited.
Yes.
Which I very much want to follow more closely this year than we did last year. I absolutely love the format of Athletes Unlimited. It's so cool how they draft new teams each week and one single individual wins instead of a team. I love that.
Right.
So last year, Maddie Siegrist won.
Yes.
We will each pick someone.
I'll let you go first.
I do have two names.
I also have two.
To propose. Okay.
Yep, in case we overlap.
I will say Odyssey Sims, as she has come in second place the past 2 years.
Dang.
And needs a win. But she's 33 now. She spent some time last year not on a WNBA team.
But she played really well for Indy.
She did. So I'll say Odyssey Sims. Or I'll say Tahina Pow Pow. I think may impress some people.
Okay. I picked two different players that I was thinking. So we'll narrow this down to one each. I'm thinking Ariel Atkins. She spent some time with Unrivaled last offseason as a emergency player. And this year, I feel like after the season with Chicago, she has to increase her stock. I feel like she needs to, feel good about her personal game. And I can see her trying very hard in Athletes Unlimited. She was one of the first names that I feel like, or the biggest names that were mentioned, agreeing to join that league. Ariel Atkins feels like a decent shout for me. And if I'm thinking of a year two player, you said Tahina, Anissa Morrow is a player that I could very well see being the winner of Athletes Unlimited just based on her overall ability and being able to be slotted in a lot of different team types.
Yeah. No, I definitely considered Anissa Morrow. She honestly was like the first name that came to mind as I was looking at this list, because I just feel like it should be a bigger guard / a forward who can shoot threes. Like that, I think, is your type that's going to win.
Right.
But Anissa, I just haven't seen Anissa shoot threes so much. So I just don't know if that
And she can.
will happen.
She can.
Sure.
But you're right.
I don't
think
know
that,
if she can reach the volume.
which is why I'll decide on Ariel winning it over Anissa. I think a long-term veteran is the easiest player to project to win that league. So I'll lock in on Atkins. And which of your two do you think you're going to decide on?
I mean, I want to pick Tahina. I think that's fun. It would be cool for Odyssey Sims to finally win. She's been so close the past 2 years. I mean, this is her game.
Yeah, she's an Athletes Unlimited pro.
Yeah.
She knows how to do it.
I'll pick Odyssey Sims. I'll root for Odyssey Sims.
Okay. All right.
She's been so close.
I like that, especially the callback to her coming in second. Time to get it done, Odyssey. If you want to check out Athletes Unlimited, it starts February 1st, and it's going to be about as frequent as Unrivaled. So look forward to checking that out, and we're going to be more involved in that, and we're hopefully going to talk about it more on the show to keep you updated on what we see, because it is a very cool format type. So we're going to be locked in, especially now that we're rooting for a champion. Last year, we did not have this on the bingo board.
Okay, so Odyssey Sims or Ariel Atkins wins.
Okay, back to the world of statistics. Another player accomplishment. Cameron Brink leads the league in blocks. She was kind of on her way to doing that her rookie year. Very likely, not even likely, very, very much involved in blocks. And I feel like blocks is something that younger players are often a bit better or end up having a bit more per game than some older vets. Just they got, younger legs. They're more... they defend players in a way that the players don't exactly know how to attack them in certain ways. So based on her length, I feel like her leading the league in blocks is not a crazy thing to expect. And we know she's going to be there in LA, and they need to anchor that defensive identity, especially with a player like presumably Kelsey Plum there. So Cam Brink, show me what you got, get back into your true form, and be the defensive demon that we know you can be.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen Cam play a full season yet. So, I mean, we see the energy she's brought to the two halves she's played. And I think if she brings that to an entire season, she absolutely can do this. I think maybe she'll be more hesitant. I would think she would be more hesitant coming off of her torn ACL, more careful on her knees. But she was very active, very athletic still in that second half of last year.
Yes.
Like she didn't play scared.
No.
So I don't think that will happen. And I think she will come out very strong.
Well, and hopefully a healthy Unrivaled season for her gets her out of like any mental block that she might have with the injury, the former injury, because she's been distant from the knee for a while now, because she did play, like you said, to close out the season in the W. But yeah, we just want to see her return to fully healthy Cam, because we know that she can be crazy. So hoping for that. Fingers crossed.
Okay. This next one, I think everyone, at least the players, most of the players, and many fans are hoping for, that the commissioner, Kathy Engelbert, is outed, fired. I don't know the correct term, really. And a new commissioner is named for the WNBA.
Yes. Bring on the new commissioner.
I'm not sure when this would happen at this point.
Yeah.
Because I would have thought it would have happened already.
Right.
But still, I think a lot of the players would like to see this.
And who knows who it would even be. It could be crazy. But if it's somebody like super cool, then that'd be awesome. But who knows? But like, what if the position like corrupts somebody? What if it's like, I don't know. What if it's like Sue, Commissioner Sue, dude?
No, it's a business person.
I know. It'd be cooler if it wasn't a business person, though.
It's not going to be
Snaps to that.
anybody you ever heard of.
Yeah, I know. But we'll see. I'm sure Adam Silver has a name that he wants to keep in mind that he'll just throw in that position. But I do feel like there's a decent likelihood of this one. Not a guarantee because, like you said, it probably should have happened already if it was going to happen. But who knows? We had, I guess the closest thing to this last year, we had Noel Quinn getting fired. So it's always kind of tough to root for somebody to lose their job. But in this case,
I'm not rooting for it. I'm trying
to get bingo, babe. I'm trying to get bingo.
Exactly.
I just want to get bingo. Expecting it. Next for me, I think this will excite a certain group of fans. Golden State finished 8th last season. They made the playoffs, like we said, on our bingo board. We have them exceeding those expectations this upcoming season and finishing in the top 5 as far as record is concerned. Assuming, 8 teams making the playoffs. I think that Golden State could be a very popular location for free agents, and they had so much synergy from players who had never played together before, in the W. So Natalie Nakase, she won Coach of the Year. And I assume she's just going to get better from there. They've already got a supportive group of players that I'm sure are going to want to return. But if they can just get that 1 or 2 like big ticket free agents, why should we not expect them to make another leap and not just fall out?
And I think I completely agree. And I think they want these free agents. Maybe that's silly, but like, I feel like some other teams like aren't going to try as hard as they are to get really good players because they're trying to win a championship in the next 4 years now. Yeah. So they need to start getting the ball rolling. And I think they are. I think they have an incredible coach. I think players will want to go there. And they have a great core of international young players that will be there still.
The craziest thing that I thought of today was how close in the TikToks Veronica Burton and Alicia Gray are. What if Alicia Gray leaves Atlanta and goes, that would blow up a lot of things.
I'm not rooting for that.
I'm not rooting for that. But like, Veronica Burton was the most improved player last season. She is in Miami. She has the ability to recruit. Do you know how awesome it was to play for 18,000 fans every single night?
Yeah, everyone knows how awesome it was.
Yeah. So sell them on that, and then you bring a couple of those players over, and Golden State looking good. So top 5 for GSV.
Yep. Okay. We kind of mentioned this already, but we do believe that the Players Association will go on strike. They have already authorized that they're allowed to go on strike, which I wasn't aware that you had to do that first, but they did that. They have 3-ish more weeks before the deadline of when they would go on strike, and not much has happened to my knowledge to move things forward. So I don't want it to be long, but I think that they want to make this statement that we are serious. Yeah. And I think that they will strike.
Yeah, right. When 98% of players that vote, when 93% of all the players in the league participate in a vote to say, should we go on strike? And 98% say yes. Like, then yeah, we're gonna freaking do it. Like, it could just be a week. Right. It's not gonna be like SAG, where they were 6 months on strike. Yeah. But just make it known. make the statement, get it done.
Get it in the media, get it in the headlines. The NBA's on strike. Put more pressure on them.
Yes. So I think that's a fair one to expect, and hopefully good results come as a result of it.
All right, everyone, let's talk about drinking and driving, a decision that will change your whole world. Things will never be the same once you get a DUI because legal fees, time in court are just the beginning. Getting into a crash is another way your world could be irreversibly changed after drinking and driving. Your vehicle may not be the only thing that gets damaged in that crash. You could face a life-altering injury or even death. But you're not the only one who could face those consequences. Your decision to drink and drive could permanently change someone else's world, whether you injure them or leave their loved ones grieving. The next time you're out drinking, call a rideshare, a taxi, a sober friend, or a designated sober driver. Always plan for a safe ride home. The only decision that will change your world for the better is the decision to call for a sober ride. It's never worth it to drive drunk. Don't risk it. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Did you know Microsoft has officially ended support for Windows 10? Upgrade to Windows 11 with an LG Gram laptop. Voted PC Mag's Reader's Choice Top Laptop Brand for 2025. Thin and ultra lightweight, the LG Gram keeps you productive anywhere. And Windows 11 gives you access to free security updates and ongoing feature upgrades. Visit lgusa.com/iHeart for great seasonal savings on LG Gram laptops with Windows 11. PC Mag Reader's Choice used with permission. All rights reserved.
Okay, I'm down to my last two predictions here. First one being one that Kristen is very fond of, I guess, or one that she's hoping for. And it's that the Cleveland expansion team, previously the Rockers of Cleveland, are not named the Rockers. They have a different name. I thought this was already a guarantee that they were coming back as the Rockers. I think there's a certain group of Cleveland fans that are excited about the idea of the Rockers returning as a name of their team. But in recent news, Cleveland is still deciding on what their name's going to be. And of course, this is coming in 2028. So we might not even know what the name is this year. And in that case, if that's the case, this one doesn't hit. But if we get a name reveal, Kristen is banking that it's not the Rockers.
I'm not necessarily banking that it's not. I think it has a leg up because it's history. It's what already has been. And it's just easier to keep that name.
Right.
But
when it's a bad name.
When I think it should not be the name, then I think they should change it. They are what the headlines were that they're still sending out surveys, asking people what the name should be. So in my mind, they're not decided that it should be Rockers. And I'm just hoping that it's something else. Right. To the Cleveland fans, obviously your opinion matters more than mine does.
Go Rockers.
I just think that is a silly name.
Heard. They hear you. Cleveland hears you.
Good.
All right. You have what? One more?
I have one left.
What's your last one?
My last one is that Asia Wilson gets engaged.
To
Bam, presumably.
Presumably. Yeah, Bam and Asia in the media. I was going back and forth about whether or not we should put this one on there because as far as I know, we don't have like an indication about like if like that's what they're deciding is going to be their life path. We do have some sort of indication that Asia has said that she wants to have kids with Bam. So, do they decide to tie the knot, have kids? Who knows? Maybe they don't feel the need to tie the knot and also still just have kids. Who knows? But I think it's fair to think that Asia and Bam, who have been together for several years now, could take that next step and get engaged.
That would be cute.
Yeah, would be cute, especially considering that we see engagements get broken up more often than come together. It would be nice to see that for the GOAT, Asia. Assuming if that's what Asia wants, we're not speaking for Asia, but if that's what she wants, Let her get that ring. She got a beautiful Porsche. Did you see the Porsche?
No.
She had a beautiful Porsche.
From Bam?
I don't know if it was from Bam, but I saw a TikTok where she was a beautiful, like, Eagles green Porsche. Looked stunning.
Nice.
Good for Asia.
She's a car girl, I guess.
She kind of is.
She was the flag, I don't know the term, the flag
Oh, the checkered
flyer,
flag?
the flag bearer
I don't think it's called flag.
at the F1,
F1
race in Las Vegas.
Yeah. That's cool. It's good for Asia. And the last one for me to close out, the 25th prediction that we have, specifically about 3 international players, Nadia Puch, Yusta Yosite, and Aisha Sivka, all international players that have not come over yet, all come over this season. Now, Puch has her rights in Atlanta. If you're not familiar with her game, I think there's a decent chance that she's selected in the expansion draft. And given what we saw with Golden State and how all of those players came over either before or after Eurobasket, of course, this year there is no Eurobasket national tournament. So we could expect Puch to come over and be one of the young core in Toronto or Portland if she's selected. Yosite, fifth overall selection last year by Golden State. If they lose some of their top talent in the expansion draft, I don't think it would be out of the realm of possibility for her to get a call and bring her guard game over to the U.S. And Sivka, who was selected in the first round by Chicago, is very much needed by Chicago. They need her shooting, and she's a very talented shooter. She's very young. Maybe that is the push that Chicago needs to sort of get out of the funk that they are very clearly in. So we have all 3 players very specifically coming over this next year in the W.
Yeah, all 3 players who have been drafted in the past 2 years, that there is considerable, weight. People want them to come over. I think now that we will be seeing higher contracts, it's much more likely that we see a lot of international players in general come over. And then these specific 3 that there has been, a lot of anticipation that they come.
And that'll do it. That's our bingo board, folks. 25 predictions. Hope you had fun listening along and were able to keep up. I know we were throwing a lot of things at you without saying which number prediction we were on. But predictions are fun. We love predictions around here, and it's kind of all we can really do while we're just in the waiting period. If you want to check out the bingo board, we're going to post it to our Bluesky. And if you want to take what we have and randomize it yourself, again, put it on your fridge, check off the boxes. If you get bingo, send us an email, attackthebaseline@gmail.com. We're going to be following it all year. And hopefully,
or send us your predictions.
Yeah, if you have other predictions, please let us know anywhere, either via our email. Connect with us on Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok at ATBPod. Leave us a 5-star review where you say your predictions in there. Subscribe to the YouTube and drop a comment in the YouTube channel about your predictions. Plenty of ways to engage with the show and tell us what you're thinking is going to happen in 2026 as we enter 2026.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, folks. I think it's going to do it for this episode of Attack the Baseline. Kristen, I'm staring at the baseline. What are we going to do?
Attack it.
Attack the Baseline. We will see you in 2026.